Hello, my name is Shivan Sachdeva, and I want to welcome you to the promotion ceremony for the class of 2015. We want to honor this great country by beginning our program with the Pledge of Allegiance. Would you please stand? Place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. Before we begin the ceremony, let me go over some important reminders. The ceremony is being videotaped this evening. A letter will be included in your report card envelope this summer, letting you know the link to download the ceremony for free. Would you please make sure to silence your cell phones? The directions for the dinner at the Turnip Roast are located at the front desk. We will need to leave immediately after the promotion ceremony to make our 7 o'clock reservations at the Turnip Roast. We hope you enjoy the ceremony. Emin Torlich and Maha Ishaq will now come to lead us in the invocation.
May your life be filled with the joy of friends and family.
May each day bring you the pleasures and deep rewards of love and friendship.
May you always have someone to hold on to as a source of comfort and peace, in good times and bad.
May you experience the excitement of meaningful challenges and the joy of achievement.
May you stay humble in victory and gracious in defeat.
May you find joy in the things that are important to you, and may you bring joy to those who need it the most.
May you strive to encourage and serve others daily.
May you always show appreciation for parents, relatives, friends, and teachers who helped you along the way.
May you always find it in your hearts to give thanks. Amen.
Hello, my name is Zachary Kakis, and I will be the Master of Ceremonies for the first half of the ceremony. Ethan Martin will now come to share with you the theme for promotion tonight.
The theme for our promotion tonight is a new beginning. You will hear this theme mentioned in the memories, poems, and speeches this evening. As the class of 2015 heads off to various high schools in the fall, we will go with confidence, because we know that we have been well prepared for the challenges that lie ahead. Everyone knows that high school is an important stage in the life of a teenager. High school will be filled with opportunities to succeed and fail, to laugh and cry, to play and work, to make mistakes and to learn from those mistakes. We realize the academics will be more challenging. Peer pressure will be stronger than ever before. Tough choices will be a part of our lives almost every day. We will be consumed with such things as how to fit in at a much larger school, hair and clothing styles, who to take to the prom, how to use social media to our advantage, and when do we get our driver's license. We're all excited and a little nervous about these challenges and tough choices that lie ahead. Yes, we go from the bottom of the totem pole as 8th graders to the very top as freshmen. Well, if we have to leave from the bottom of the totem pole, we will. You have trained us well. We are definitely ready for a new beginning.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce to you the director of the North Tustin Campus, Mrs. Kristen Jansen.
Hello, good evening. It is my honor to welcome you to the promotion ceremony for our 8th grade class of 2015. Thank you to all you parents, grandparents, relatives, and friends who have joined us this evening to celebrate together the accomplishments of these honored students. I would like to begin by recognizing some special guests who are joining us this evening. Chad Jackson, our Director of Operations, Lori Pittman, Vice President of Human Resources, the Managing Director of our preschool through 8th grade campuses, Carol Calabria, Carolyn Lucia, our Director of Education, Tanya Corshane, our IT Director, from the Prep Academy, Mary Hurley, Dr. Rafferty from the Anaheim Hills campus, our Assistant Directors, Becky Lugo, Matt Calabria, Sherry Lynn, Kim Maxim, and Kelly Cameron, Joanna Uico from our Education Department, And we also welcome Mrs. Joanne Allison Still, the former Edgewood Private School Director for whom this hall is named. These amazing students didn't just arrive at this promotion by happenstance. They were taught by an amazing group of educators. Would all of you who taught our 2015 8th graders please stand so we can honor you. I extend a great thank you to Mr. Drake and Mrs. Letson Drake and Ms. Harper for planning both our promotion ceremony and the dinner we'll enjoy together this evening. This is an absolutely amazing class, and it's really hard for me to believe that they are 8th graders. I'd like to share just a few of the accomplishments of this class. Watching these students perform in Greece last year and then in How to Succeed this year was just amazing. Whether it was Rosemary or Hetty, we laughed at as Finch went through his transformation towards success. I could spend the next hour only highlighting the debate accomplishments of this class. Watching these students debate as the top students in our county is inspiring. Bryn and Amrit were on the debate team who went to Seattle, earning first place, beating out a very strong team from Pegasus in the championship. Several of these students were part of the pentathlon teams that placed among the top schools in the county over the last 3 years. With the great support of this class, our golf team has taken off, with many of these ladies and gentlemen playing every week. We now have a team of 15 students. Our cheer team, under the leadership of Kiana and Allison, continue to take top awards this year. I extend a huge thank you to Ryan and Liliana for their support during our 6th grade Best of Broadway this year. I don't think we could have pulled it off without you. And I cannot leave out Bora. Where are you? There you are, hiding over there. Bora has run our sound for most grade level musicals for how many years? 3? Okay, for 3 years, and the joke is today there is no piece of paper and promotion certificate in his folder. I don't know what we're going to do without all of you. The whole class has put together a promotion ceremony full of memories that span their years from preschool through 8th grade. I am fortunate that I've at least had these past 2 years with them. My most recent highlights with these 8th graders include some events from our amazing DC trip, where Xerxes tried to entertain us with his puns. Some of them were funny. After spending only 1 day in Williamsburg, Bora was ecstatic to get back to civilization when we got to DC. And these brilliant minds, answering these amazing questions, our tour guides, we get to the Lincoln Memorial and our tour guide says, and what amazing speech was given from the steps of this memorial. They answered the Gettysburg Address. Pretty sure it had something to do with Martin Luther King. One evening I was standing in the hall of the hotel and Ryan comes out of his hotel room. There were numerous boys in that room at that moment and handed me an upside down ironing board with the legs extended, saying, "Help please, we can't get it closed." So I called all of the boys over. "Okay, gentlemen, there's a lever on the back. You push the lever and put it down to the floor." Do you remember what you said next? "Mrs. Jansen, look, now it's a surfboard." And I looked at him and he said, it's okay, I'm putting it away." Thank you to all of you for making me laugh for the whole week. To you parents, you raised such amazingly polite children. I would travel with them anytime. There was one warm, sunny day and I looked at Amrit and he was carrying a huge backpack, and oftentimes we told them not to carry things with them, and I asked him why he was carrying such a heavy, full backpack, and he remarked, "Well, it's full of the girls' purses and water bottles." Hats off to you, Amrit. It was good planning. 8th graders, I am so proud of all of you. Thank you for the memories and congratulations. I want you to relish the next 4 years. You are very well prepared. Choose something special to be a part of. Take risks here and there, and don't forget to breathe. I also have a suggestion from Sean Acor. You may not remember this, so when you watch the recording that you can download later, look up Sean Acor from Harvard. He's an expert in the area of the connection between happiness and success. But he doesn't believe you can just choose happiness. He believes you cultivate happiness. From his suggestions, I suggest one thing. Pause for one moment each day and write down 3 things that you are grateful for. It's a good way to cultivate happiness in your day. So above all else, my wish for you is happiness. It is now my honor to introduce a very special guest, Mr. Chad Jackson. He is our Director of Operations with responsibilities for a whole long list of functions at Fairmont, including maintenance or custodial or food services, transportation, copy, CapEx, special projects, all of the wonderful renovations that we've done here. So welcome, Mr. Jackson.
Can't decide which side to speak. This is my best side, so. Anyway, that was a very nice introduction, Mrs. Jansen. Thank you very much. That's not the main reason I'm here. That, of course, is more due to my genetic pool I came from, probably more than anything else. So, but it's a pleasure to speak to you this evening as we celebrate the achievements of your fine young children. Fairmont's North Tustin Campus 8th grade class of 2015. I speak to you on behalf of my father, Mr. David Jackson, the president of Fairmont School. He asked me to do this every time that he's not available to do it himself, and I'm sitting here looking at Dr. Bavigi, and it reminded me of last year. I spoke on behalf of him last year, and it wasn't because he was out of town, it was because he had just got a new knee replacement. So, anyway, thank you, Dr. Bavigi. I will report that in Russia currently, he has not been taking his pain medication, so things are really going well. He was very concerned. So good job. But his dedication to this institution, its employees, and its students is unparalleled. I was speaking to Jill Thomas, a Fairmont employee and daughter of Miss Adela Stella, HAC's music teacher and our most tenured Fairmont employee. I think she's been here for more than 40 years. But she's retiring this year. And Jill told me that she was so impressed that my father had called her last week to wish her happy birthday from Russia. This is something that he started a couple of years ago, where he calls every one of our 500 plus employees at Fairmont on their birthday. He even calls all of our prep graduates, and he's actually working back. He calls the current ones, and then he calls the ones from previous years as well on their birthdays. It's a very daunting task, but he enjoys doing it wherever in the world he might be. As I spoke to him yesterday, actually, he requested that I give his love to you all. I'm always amazed at the exciting accomplishments of each and every one of these students. I would like to highlight a couple of them today. Ms. Jansen said a few things. I'd like to highlight a couple more. Apparently the Tri-Way boys soccer team went to the finals and got a second place in the league. And some of these young men up here were on that team, I believe. So very good. Congratulations. Apparently also there are a number of debaters in this group here. That's what I hear. So one in particular, who was sitting over there a minute ago, faded back into the group, Zach Rakakis, is apparently a multiple golden gavel winner. Very good. You got a golden globe too. Now I'm going to speak directly. I'm going to turn a little bit here so you're going to see my bad side. Speak directly to you, class of 2015. As you leave the warm and familiar halls of Fairmont's North Tustin campus, and I hate to have someone is it possible? As you leave the halls, the warm and comfortable, familiar halls of Fairmont North Tustin Campus to enter high school and eventually to enter college, you will notice that you are better prepared than your peers. Your parents have had the foresight to send you to a great school that has prepared you. As you move forward in life, this preparation will serve you well. You will make smart choices and do the hard work along the way. But the main point I would like to convey to you today is always be true to yourself. As John Wooden once said, quote, "Be true to yourself, make each day a masterpiece, help others, drink deeply from good books, make friendship a fine art, build a shelter against a rainy day," end quote. Each of you has the potential to be great. To become the best you can be, you must aspire to be the best and continue on the path that you have already started. From the first moment you entered the classroom until today, you have been a vital member of a close-knit learning community. Your accomplishment today is the result of your parents and relatives who believed in your abilities and provided you with the very best educational opportunities. Teachers, they're all lined up right here. I recognize a few of them. Coaches, mentors, classmates, they all took you further down the path, instructing you, encouraging you, and inspiring you. These important contributions will set you on a course for an exciting adventure in the future. I say adventure because it has a more invigorating ring to it. In the words of the Brazilian author Paulo Coelho, "If you think adventure is dangerous, try routine. It is lethal." Go forward, be yourself, and be adventurous. Congratulations, class of 2015.
Lisa Kulik, Ryan Harabi, and Amrit Punya would like to thank a few people who have made a difference in the lives of the class of 2015.
We appreciate everyone who has helped make our time at Fairmont an incredible experience. We want to thank 3 groups of people who have made a huge difference in our lives.
First, we would like to thank the teachers for all you have done for us through the years. To the preschool teachers who wiped our runny noses and started us on our journey, you'll always be special to us. To the elementary teachers, thank you for your patience in teaching us how to read, how to write with cursive, how to count up error points, and how to do accelerated math. We know the junior high teachers have a few more gray hairs because of us, but we want to thank them for preparing us so well for high school.
We'll always remember the specialty teachers who instilled in us the love of music, drama, art, library, technology, science labs, robotics, Spanish, and physical education. Teachers, you have taught us so much, but most of all, you taught us to believe in ourselves. We are very grateful to you all.
We also want to thank the men and women who are in charge of this organization and campus. Mr. David Jackson, Mr. Chad Jackson, Mr. Chandler, Mrs. Jansen, and Mr. Drake all deserve credit for creating a rigorous academic environment where we are challenged to do our best. In this environment, we can also have fun and feel safe. For this, we thank you.
Finally, we would like to thank our parents. You have supported us throughout our school lives from preschool until now. You have always been there for us, driving us back to school and back daily, caring, encouraging, worrying, sometimes nagging, but always motivating us to strive to be our best. Without you beside us, we wouldn't be here tonight.
So thank you, teachers, administrators, parents, and grandparents, for guiding us, loving us, and preparing us for a new beginning.
Karishma Raghuram has written a very special original poem. It is entitled The Next Chapter.
From the day we were born to the first steps taken, we gently open our eyes and start to awaken. From the first breath of air to the first thing held,
With our mothers and fathers, we begin to meld. From the hospital to our home, we feel the love and the warmth. The first chapter of our story, in all its prime glory, has long since closed, but on the story goes. From the first car ride to the first day at school, we learn quickly to abide by the rules. From our first arts and crafts to the first school play, with the music we would gently sway. So much out there in the world to see, we lay there sitting, enchanted in glee. The second chapter of our story, in all its prime glory, has come to an end, my dear friend. From the first science fair to the first school dance, laughs with friends and early romance. From pentathlon meets to the first debate practice, last-minute studying, chaos and madness. Wondering what the future holds, our lives we started to mold. As this chapter of our story comes to a close, we bestow our loved ones with the gift of a rose. For in the end we start anew, our hope and faith is surely true. Because when one part ends, another begins. And now we all remain ready and holding on steady to write the next chapter and begin again.
Bora Oztekin and Xerxes Zangane are going to share some fond memories they have from their years at the North Tustin Campus.
Xerxes and I have had some great times here at the North Tustin Campus. Even though we are heading off to an exciting future, we wanted to take a minute to revisit the past.
I came in on my first day of preschool and immediately clicked with Nadia and Zach, who have now been my friends for 10 years. We had great fun playing with our Thomas the Tank Engine toys as we learned our numbers and letters. We had so much fun on the whale watching trip in 2nd grade, but Miss Excudio did not seem to enjoy it as much. She was so scared of falling in the water, she sat in the corner of the boat in the fetal position the whole time. Also in 2nd grade, to win a prize at the state fair, I had to stick my hands in freezing ice water for several minutes. I almost wet myself and got hypothermia. Memories.
During our 4th grade Sacramento trip, we went up to the capital of California, which I thought was really fascinating. I remember taking a picture by the bear in front of the governor's door. We did not have cell phones back then, so we used the Nintendo DS messaging system to talk to each other. At Catalina in 5th grade, during our kayaking day, Xerxes kissed a fat, squishy sea slug. Xerxes and the sea slug were great friends for the rest of the week. Also in 5th grade, Xerxes was very embarrassed when his mom brought in baby pictures on his birthday, so we could all admire how cute Xerxes was. What happened to you?
Our memories from junior high will last a lifetime. On our camping trip, the guys got to go fish, play softball, and sit around the campfire telling stories. I'll also never forget when Ethan dressed up and acted like a redneck. He jumped on my back and yelled, "Ride, horsey, ride."
We had a blast on the ski trip last year where I skied with Lisa and Sahar. We created opposite gender nicknames for each other. Lisa was George, Sahar was Jim, and I was Lucy.
During the DC trip, I had a great time with my friends and the teachers. We learned a lot of new things about our nation's history. With Bora, Ryan, Connor, Ethan, Vern, Garrett, and Andrew, we played a quite interesting game called Flinch, where we were paired with random people and we tried to make them laugh.
Science classes were amazing. We had the opportunity to dissect fetal pigs and make our own electronic circuits. We also had great jam sessions. Some of my most memorable ones were having to interpretively dance a Baby Got Back parody for the class, dancing to Miranda Sings with Kiana, and watching Candy and Allison jam to other popular songs.
This year we had a great soccer season. I'll also never forget the first time Brown got a yellow card, and the second time Brown got a yellow card. The season culminated in the championship, which was an amazing game that ended in overtime.
To the class of 2015, we have learned a lot, had some fun, and got into a little bit of trouble. It was a great run. Thanks for the memories.
The class will now sing My Wish. We would like to dedicate this song to one another to celebrate the friendships we have made throughout the years.
The days come easy and the moments pass slow, and each
Good evening, everyone. We had a tie this year for salutatorians, so I have the honor of introducing two salutatorians for the class of 2015. The first salutatorian is an extremely sweet, polite, friendly, and caring young woman. She's been involved in county science fair, ASB, pentathlon, debate, and community service. Here to receive her plaque and share her thoughts is the co-salutatorian of the class of 2015, Hala Bigiji.
George Washington Carver once said, "Education is the key to unlock the door of freedom." Fairmont has definitely unlocked this door for me. This school has provided me with so many opportunities and experiences. It has given me the platform to grow. Looking at all my fellow classmates, I can see hard work has paid off. From learning our multiplication tables and how to write cursive in elementary school, to learning about the Civil War and how to graph trigonometric functions, we have all grown so much. However, school is not just about learning the difference between a clause and a phrase. It's about learning character as well. It's about inspiring us to achieve greatness and giving us the tools to succeed. I can still remember my first day here. I was nervous about starting a new school, but my teachers and fellow classmates welcomed me with open arms into the close-knit family that is Fairmont. Standing before you now, it is evident how much Fairmont has shaped us into incredible people. From Celebrate Me Days in Mrs. Scooty's class to Travel Week in junior high, Fairmont has provided us with so many memories. A big part of these memories are the teachers. What sets Fairmont teachers apart from normal public school teachers is that they generally care about the students. They continuously challenge students to achieve their highest potential. They go out of their way to make sure we understand a lesson. Mrs. Devane, I don't know how we always get into the topic of fate or physical abusers. I'm still pondering fate, but I will always cherish the information on how to defend myself if I ever get into a life-threatening situation. Mr. Matthews, I will never forget our deep philosophical talks on what infinity is, and you lecturing me about how time-consuming should not be in my vocabulary. Senora Baron, I don't know what I'll do next year without your constant reminders to wear sunscreen to protect against skin cancer. Mrs. Huang, I don't know how you're always able to smile about things like sentence diagramming and verbals, but I hope my English teacher next year will have your positivity. Mr. Miko, I will never forget your constant rants, such as Miss Edison was a big bully. Mr. Drake, every single morning I can count on you sitting in the bench on the quad, welcoming students. Mr. Hughes, I will always remember your many catchphrases, such as ladies and gentlemen. I think we have an understanding. And what does your heart tell you? Well, Mr. Hughes, currently my heart is telling me that I'm going to miss every one of my teachers and classmates. With less than 30 kids and a decade of memories, we have grown up together as a family. Some of my best memories have been goofing off late at night in the travel week dorms with my friends or having deep conversations at lunchtime. So I'd like to thank all my classmates for supporting me. I would also like to congratulate Emery and Alex on becoming valedictorians and Vern on becoming my co-salutatorian. However, so many people have helped us get to this point, so I would like to congratulate everyone involved. The students for their hard work, the parents for supporting us, and the teachers for opening our minds and eyes to the world. Throughout the years, I've had unconditional support from my friends, family, and teachers. From my friends, I have gained courage to pursue anything I want. My classmates are often my saviors. I've texted them late at night with homework questions, and they've always responded kindly with help. Michael Jordan once said, I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. At Fairmont, I've had my fair share of failures. However, in a safe and comfortable environment, people have been there each time to pick me up. Last but not least, I'd like to thank my family. They've given me so much unconditional love and support over the years. Without them, I would not be where I am today. So now that we have reached the end of the chapter in the first of the first chapter of our lives. But as Dr. Seuss once said, don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened. Together we have reached a new beginning, a stepping stone to greater things. We are given the opportunity to blossom and mature. Even though we will not have the same classmate next year, I encourage us all to keep in touch. We came to this school as wide-eyed, clueless children, and we leave here still a little bit clueless, but mainly as mature young adults. So to the students, I want to leave you with this message. No matter what path you take, you will have to face hardships and challenges. It's part of life. Challenges do not mean failure, however. How you deal with these challenges can lead to success or to failure. The important thing is to remember not to give up. Thomas Edison once said, many of life's failures are people who do not realize how close they were to success before they give up. Thank you, and I wish all of you the best.
Hello, my name is Huda
Han, and I will be the Master of Ceremonies for the last half of the ceremony. Ms. Christina Jun, the ASB Coordinator, will now come to recognize the ASB Presidents.
This year, I had the privilege to be the ASB advisor. I was so lucky to have two very special and wonderful 8th graders as my partners in crime. For the first half of the year, I was lucky to have someone I had known since she was in 6th grade, and maybe about my height. For the first, besides being responsible and respectful, Nadia Akbari has kept me on my toes and in stitches as she worked hard to make this the best 8th grade year ever. So Nadia, would you please come forward? The ASB president for the spring is an incredibly well-rounded overachiever. Marin juggled his ASB duties with playing a crucial role on the soccer team, debate, and in science fair. The sky is the limit with this kid. So, Marin, would you please step forward and accept this gavel? Thank you both for your service and your leadership to our school. Thank you.
Our next salutatorian is truly an outstanding young man. He has been involved in pentathlon, county science fair, state science fair, football, soccer, and debate, where he won a Golden Gavel Award this year for top individual speaker. He played the lead character Finch in this year's production of How to Succeed in Business. This young man is currently the ASB president. Here to receive his plaque and share his thoughts is the co-salutatorian for the class of 2015, Ren Abiankar.
Good evening, teachers, staff, parents, and class of 2015. It is truly an honor to have the chance to speak on this occasion. I have no idea how I can share so many memories in such a short time. Let me start by congratulating Hala, Alex, and Emery, and the entire class of 2015. All of us have put in a tremendous amount of hard work, and it has been great working alongside every one of us. When I came here 2 years ago, I didn't know anyone. I still remember my first day in Fairmont Summer School. I was apprehensive, but meeting people like Xerxes and Shivan put me at ease. Mr. Matus and Miss Devane guided me throughout the 6 weeks of summer school and helped me transition to Fairmont. And so much has happened since then. The days at Fairmont have been enriching, from outstanding drama productions to winning in debate tournaments, and from science fair projects to that loss in the soccer championship final. We did it all together. We laughed together, but perhaps even more importantly, we cried together. Our teachers prepared us well for everything. Each one of them cared about our journey in education. They helped us through our challenges. We were like a family, learning, growing, achieving, and creating memories as we went along. Some of my fondest memories were taking study skills spring pictures in 7th grade and hiking to the bottom of the Grand Canyon, along with watching Connor boldly stroll down the streets of Seattle for a debate tournament wearing a New England Patriots tie, and playing flinch at 2 in the morning in our DC hotel rooms. My list of memories could go on, but several of my classmates have been here many years, and I can only imagine the countless stories they have stored in their hearts. None of these opportunities would have been possible without our amazing and dedicated teachers, who put up with us every single day. Thank you, Mr. Hughes, for introducing debate to us. Before I came to Fairmont, I also had no idea what a Friday forum was. Thank you for teaching us to pay attention to current events. Thank you, Ms. Harper, for constantly challenging us to be more than ourselves, and for putting on an amazing production every year. Thank you for believing that I could be Finch, F-I-N-C-H. Thank you, Mr. Matus, for making math enjoyable. I will never forget the day you did a cartwheel in summer school. Nor will I forget that you always like to keep the thermostat at 70 degrees. Thank you, Mrs. Letson, for answering all of my questions, even though you had probably already answered them for someone else. Thank you, Ms. Devane, for teaching us not only literary elements and essay writing, but also valuable life lessons. Thank you, Mrs. Wong, for being enthusiastic about teaching us every single day. and you make learning past participles and gerunds as fun as it can get. Thank you, Mr. Masuda. I always look forward to geometry class because you made it fun. I will never forget your rollerblading video, in which your hair was dyed blonde. Thank you, Mr. Miko, for thoroughly teaching scientific concepts in a very enjoyable way. Forever etched in my memory is you singing Somebody That I Used to Know, along with Garrett's interpretive dance. Thank you, Mrs. Jun, for answering every single question I had about ASB and being very patient with me. Thank you, Miss Lees, for teaching us to stay organized and not procrastinate. And we will always retain life lessons with Lees wherever we go. Thank you, Mr. Ricochea, for coaching us to an amazing season in soccer. You were our biggest fan during our struggling football season as well, and always believed in us. Mrs. Jansen, thank you for always being very helpful, and for being such a fun chaperone during the DC trip. And last but not least, I want to thank you, Mr. Drake, for being supportive and encouraging. Whether at an important event or simply down in the junior high quad every single morning, you were always there for us, no matter what. I could go on, but I know I will not be able to properly put into words what this school and this class means to me. Perhaps the best feelings are those that aren't expressed. So thank you, teachers, staff, and class of 2015. You will always hold a special place in my heart. T.S. Eliot once wrote, "For last year's words belong to last year's language, and next year's words await another voice. And to make an end is to make a beginning." I wish you all good luck. Thank you.
Nadia Bari and Allison Rosenblum are going to come and share some of their memories of their time spent at the North Tustin campus.
Now, having been at Fairmont for 10 years, I think it's honestly really safe to say I have a lot of memories, whether they range from funny to sad or just really weird. So now to start off my memories, I'm going to start with my first year at preschool. Now, preschool was the start of my 10 years at Fairmont. And one thing I remember from that year is sitting in the corner on the playground with Zach and Xerxes, constantly playing games that were constantly taking the toys. Now, I was a bit of a tomboy back then, so of course my first friends were boys, but thank you to Zach and Xerxes for being my best friends at Fairmont.
In junior kindergarten, after we read the story Green Eggs and Ham, Miss Montague brought green eggs and ham. All of us were so amazed at how she made them green, and that she let us eat in class.
Now, I loved being in kindergarten. Everything was so simple and I didn't have to deal with homework yet. All the kids are so imaginative and love to talk, so when Mrs. Anderson didn't want to hear all the kids' stories, she told them to go to me since I had been appointed listening lady. I thought it was so cool because everyone told me their stories. However, it's very sad to recently find out that Mrs. Anderson only made me listening lady just so she didn't want to hear everyone's stories.
First grade was the first numerical year for everyone, and we felt so mature. We learned cursive, which made us feel even fancier. But what I won't forget is the time we went on our first big field trip to a farm. We pet animals, ran around, and all had a fun and not at all fancy day.
Mrs. Kineski had this system of fake classroom money called Kineski Cash. And at the end of the year, we would use all of our saved up Kineski Cash to buy things at the auction, which was filled with toys and books and other snacks we brought in throughout the year. Now, there's one girl in our class, her name was Jolie Antigoni, and she spent roughly $900 in Kineski Cash for just this small box of goldfish, and I remember the entire class just yelling at her and so confused at why she bought such a small portion of food with so much money.
Third grade was our first field trip out of the cabin. We went to San Diego for a fascinating trip inside a submarine and an old sailboat. But what we really loved was the 3D movie that came after the tour. It was about our galaxy and stars, which we all loved in third grade and continue to love today.
Fourth grade is the year we took a class trip to Sacramento. And during the night, Aisha told all the girls to meet her at her room to have a pillow fight. Now, I opened up the door, and before I could even say hello, I was smacked into the hotel TV room, to the TV. And one thing I'll always remember about that night specifically is Aisha's mom actually joined in on the pillow fight and took down Aisha.
In our fifth grade trip to Simi, there was a late night ghost story which scared all of us. We were sitting in our cabin when suddenly Nadia burst in screaming. After the fear passed, we realized who she was, and then we yelled at her for minutes.
Now, to start off our first travel week, we went to Astro Camp. It was really fun because we got to go hiking and learn about a bunch of interesting things that were involved with science. So one day, we all went night swimming, and and then while we were all showering, everyone, and I mean everyone, could hear Allison and Kiana singing and doing the choreography to Pitch Perfect. I love that memory because it shows how strange and weird we are as a class.
In the 7th grade trip to the Grand Canyon, when Athena was hiking down the Narrows, she was doing everything to avoid the water. She even offered to hold her hand and she agreed. They made it through almost the entire Narrows in front of Lisa and me. When they were 2 minutes away from the end, they tripped and fell, and Athena finally felt the cold water for the first time.
Now, my 7th grade memory is also from the Grand Canyon trip. Throughout the trip, we had many bus rides, and I think I speak for everyone when I say that the bus rides did get very, very boring. So majority of the time, I sat next to Marissa, and in an attempt to amuse ourselves, we would dance when the people next to us weren't looking. We were laughing so hard because we thought no one saw us, but then I turned around, and I found out that Marin was staring at us the whole entire time. This led to a lot of uncomfortable explaining later. Now, I'm really sad to say that this is my last year at Fairmont. However, it has truly been the best year of my life. And these past 10 years have honestly really been amazing. There's no specific memory I'm going to put for 8th grade, just a few things I'll always remember about Fairmont. To my teachers and my administrators, thank you for guiding me, for putting up with my constant talking in class, for pushing me to do my best, and thank you for helping me grow into the person I am today. Thank you to all of my friends, for having my back, for making me laugh throughout all these years, and for being weird with me. Whether I've known you for a decade or just for 1 year, we are a family, and I really can't say how much I love all of you, and I'm truly going to miss you more than anything. Here's to the future and a new beginning. Thank you for the memories.
But wait, there's more. From Jungle Party to How to Succeed. From addition to Algebra 2. From little kids scared to leave their parents on the first day of school to young adults ready to start the next phase of their life. Fairmont hasn't just given us an education, they gave us a second family and the memories we've created together. Today we all say goodbye to the past and open a door to new experiences in the future.
Athena Pham and Garrett Arnold will now present the class gift.
It's been a tradition for the 8th graders to leave the North Tustin Campus a gift at promotion. We want our gift to be meaningful and practical for all teachers, students, and parents.
The class of 2015 has noticed that both Mr. Drake and Ms. Jensen constantly stress the importance of junior high students being on time. Because this has been a big issue with the 6th and 7th grade friends, not us, of course, we decided to purchase a large atomic clock for the junior high quad.
The clock will be engraved with donated by the class of 2015. On behalf of the entire 8th grade class, it is my honor to present this clock to Mrs. Jansen and the North Tustin Campus.
We want to wish all students, teachers, and administrators at the North Tustin Campus the very best. Please remember the great class of 2015 whenever you glance at the clock before you hustle off to your next destination.
Miss Harper and Mrs. Ludson Drake will recite a poem dedicated to the class of 2015.
Tonight we gather in this hall to send them on their way, these young people with whom we've spent so many of our days.
We represent the others who have loved and cared and taught. So now we offer up to you our collective memories and thoughts.
First up, a young man with exceptional skills. Winning trophies in debate is a cinch. Varenza salutatorian in ASB Prez, and we treasure his J. Pierpont Finch.
In kinder, she was Titi and listening lady. In 8th, she was president and Smitty. To Marissa and B, she's attached to the hip. That the last Akbari is leaving is a pity.
Mr. Miko remembers his wicked dance skills. He's a hugger to all, girls and boys. Garrett once fell asleep in Ms. Devane's class, and his selfie videos are a joy.
For Mr. Hughes, Hollis, the official door closer, daily greets Mr. Drake with aplomb. In music, she earned the nickname Hula One, and tonight her grades are the bomb.
Brandon loves golf and checking his grades. Pesters teachers to grade his work in advance. He prints his assignments, repeatedly so, and starred in the video, The Chun Dance.
One valedictorian is Emery. In fashion, her design skills just grew. Initially, feared Spanish class was too hard, but in high school tested into Spanish too.
Ryan loves sports, but a twice busted arm kept him watching the games from afar. I've loved talking baseball and watching you grow as a scholar and theater star.
Alex is smart and polite and a goof. Rocked the talent show with his corny jokes. His science fair projects blow the judges away, and his academic gifts are no hoax.
Kiki's a spunky and funky cheerleader. Biggest pitch perfect fan, we're agreed. And we are, as we watched her portrayal of Rosemary, glad she patiently waited for the lead.
God bless America. That girl with the laugh, that's a treat. Mrs. Tuning remembers the great horn spoon and the giggles each time you said meat.
A lover of Spanish direct object pronouns, Mrs. Anderson called her Hootie Hoo. This girl who loves glitter and books of all kinds, to me, will remain Hula too.
Lisa is Sneeza and LL Kulik J. This future gold medalist skater was thrilled when her science fair project made the cut, and as Miss Jones, no one was greater.
Though his passions are baseball and soccer and golf, this young man has a thing for the dames. We've loved watching your sense of commitment grow. Now the FBI's calling, poor James.
Lawrence, or Larry, is quiet and shy. When approached for a hug, runs away. His natural voice is deceptively low, and with Lego robots likes to play.
He's known as Etan, or Bigley, or Glute. He's talented, respectful, and smart. And although a great athlete, his real passion shows while making hat wearing an art.
In the library, wraps himself up in a blanket. In choir, he lies prone on the stage. Mr. Miko repeatedly pulled off his flag, but it's girls, Connor thinks, is the rage.
Bora complains that he lacks creativity. Ms. Devane's timeout stool he might swipe. He loves to play Minecraft and scrounge for a snack, but for his tech help, we'll now have to Skype.
Candy is wacky and needs to drink decaf. She thinks she's named Mrs. Huang's daughter. She gives fabulous hugs and chews on her hair and makes like a motorboat in water.
Athena is AP and pockets. Her love for her brothers, no hunch. But this fashionable cheerleader's often late to homeroom, so we guess what she'll order for lunch.
Amrit is truly a jack of all trades, but he's in lockdown in study skills 8. When talking with Coach, learned the value of hitch and has ninja attacks with Mr. Drake.
Zach was the first kindergarten president, now a winner of 2 golden gavels. He speaks multiple languages and plays Minecraft with ease, but when golfing goes bad, he unravels.
Karishma's the girl with the drama queen face, talks and talks till we think she's exploding. Loves shopping at Bloomie's, like Senora Baran, and still waits for her car at car loading.
Boom Boom, or Alley Cat, kills it in b-ball. as a cheerleader, confident and steady. Mrs. Wong still has her hut from lit class, and she captured us all as Dear Hetty.
Sushi 5 is a favorite of Miss Anderson, with that beautiful smile in those eyes. Each day, dark knee-highs covered ballerina legs, and Mr. Drake thinks Aisha's a prize.
Shivan's a softie with a love of weird socks. Mrs. Lease thinks of him as her own. As Gatch missed the kiss, got the slap, wowed the crowd, and each day, wardrobe pieces he must be loaned.
Skywalker's a cheerleader and a good friend to all. Rose in science to sit at the top. And although Marissa's designs are quite good, her English pronunciations are a flop.
Emin loves Legos and PB&J. He's Matusa's USC buddy. Mr. Miko remembers discourse about Star Wars, and for 2 workshop scenes he did study.
Riri, or Lilith, is an amazing soccer star. She can manage a stage just right. She's observant and quiet, and those knowing blue eyes, and we hope that the bedbugs don't bite.
X-Man has a great sense of humor. His improv skills vary the rest. This one Miko calls Butterfly writes letters in Elvish, and his science concepts pass the test.
So now our time together is done. It's time for us to part. But whether it's tomorrow or years from now, you'll always remain in our hearts.
For we too, who have shared so much with you, good, bad, and all things in between, will forever cherish these memories of the class of 2015.
It is our honor to invite Mr. Chad Jackson back up to the stage to present the David R. Jackson Leadership Award.
It's a hard act to follow there. So the David R. Jackson Leadership Award is given to an 8th grader at promotion who displays leadership skills in all classrooms, on various teams, and in the community. The award recipients must be involved with 2 activities such as sports, decathlon, or debate in both 7th and 8th grade, and must maintain a grade point average of at least 3.5. The teachers and administrators vote to decide the award winner. The recipient this year has been an outstanding leader in the classroom, on the football and soccer fields, on the debate team, and on the stage during drama. This young man is an outstanding example for his peers. Can anybody guess? It is Varin Abhyankar.
The class of 2015 also had a tie for valedictorian this year. Our first valedictorian of the class of 2015 is extremely intelligent and obviously worked very hard to achieve this honor. This young man has been involved in the county science fair, pentathlon, community service, drama, and Boy Scouts. He earned straight A's through junior high, including numerous A+. Seeing his smile every day makes me smile. Thank you. It is my honor to present to you the co-valedictorian of the class of 2015, Alex Ida.
Welcome, Fairmont graduates, faculty, and family members. My name is Alex Ida, and I am very humbled and honored to be one of the valedictorians for the class of 2015 I would like to congratulate Emery Daptian, the other valedictorian, and Marin Abiyankar and Hala Bibici as salutatorians. I would like a warm round of applause for the class of 2015. I would like to start by thanking my family for their unconditional love and support throughout the years. Even though I drove them crazy at times, as I muddled through the challenging years of middle school, fueled by teenage hormones, they were always there for me. Thanks, Mom and Dad. I would also like to thank the teachers here at Fairmont for their support through the years. I learned from them not only the knowledge I need to succeed in high school and beyond, but also the life skills I need to succeed as a person. Thank you, teachers, for all that you have taught us. I find it quite ironic to be asked to give a valedictorian speech. For the last 8 years of my life, I have spent every waking moment with my nose to the grindstone, studying and working on an infinite number of assignments. As my reward for being valedictorian, I had to spend more time studying and writing the speech. Thank you so very much, Mr. Drake. My 9 years at Fairmont have brought many firsts into my life. My first day in kindergarten was filled with fear and worry, just like my other classmates. Like a baby bird, I was kicked out the nest and into the cold, cruel world of academics. Luckily, I landed into the warm arms of Mrs. Anderson. Mrs. Anderson, your warm smile, reassuring words, and optimistic attitude were the light that guided me through those first days of school. I was so lucky to have you as my kindergarten teacher. Thank you, Mrs. Anderson. Another important first was my first polar plunge. In 5th grade, the CME program had a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. The opportunity to dive into cold ocean water at 6 a.m. in the morning. The whole polar plunge idea did not appeal to me. Who would want to jump in the icy cold ocean at the break of dawn? Not this guy. But on the day of the polar plunge, my friends woke me up and convinced me to try it. I will never forget their kind words. Don't be a chicken, Alex. Bolstered by these encouraging words, I took my first polar plunge. I have to admit, I did enjoy the whole experience. That day, I literally learned to take the jump and that I should always take advantage of opportunities for new experiences. My first musical was The Best of Broadway, a compilation of Broadway songs and scenes. In this production, I experienced a full range of my acting abilities. From Godsville, I played Jesus, singing all for the best. I also played Tom Hanks, not as Forrest Gump, but as Tom Hanks in the movie Big, where he played the floor piano. Never did I ever think I would be Jesus playing chopsticks in the same play. I just wanted to say thank you, Miss Harper, for all your hard work and dedication. I appreciate all that you have done for us. My experiences in the theatrical arts have truly enriched my life. Today is both an ending and a beginning. With some reflection and melancholy, we celebrate our final day as a class. Though we lead the people we consider as family here at Fairmont, we will go our separate ways into a much bigger world, filled with new friends, new adventures, and new firsts. These firsts will bring us to the edge of adulthood. The first driving lesson. Relax, parents, you still have a couple of years. The first high school prom, and the first college entrance exam. Yet, Like kindergarten, we enter high school with fears and anxieties of the unknown. Yet, it feels different this time. This time, our hearts beat stronger and our experiences have given us the wisdom to handle the unknown. I urge all of you to meet your new challenges and first experiences with an open mind and open hearts. Finally, I will end with a quote from Mother Teresa. People are often unreasonable and self-centered. Forgive them anyway. If you are kind, people may accuse you of ulterior motives. Be kind anyway. If you are honest, people may cheat you. Be honest anyway. If you find happiness, people may be jealous. Be happy anyway. The good you do today may be forgotten tomorrow. Do good anyway. Give the world the best you have, and you may never be enough. Give your best anyway. For you see, in the end, it is between you and God. It was never between you and them anyway. Thank you, Fairmont, for all the great memories you have given us, and good luck to my fellow graduates as they venture out to the new and exciting world of high school. I wish you... I wish you the very best in all that you do and all that you become. Thank you.
The Joanne Allison Citizenship Award is given to an 8th grade student each year who demonstrates the most outstanding citizenship in school on a daily basis. This award is named after Joanne Allison Still, who modeled this citizenship as a teacher and administrator on this campus for over 30 years. I know this to be true firsthand because she was my boss on this campus for 10 of those years. This auditorium, Allison Hall, is named in her honor. The Citizenship Award is voted on by all the teachers in the junior high and the campus administrators as well. I'm excited to announce that we have 2 winners this year. Both of the award recipients are outstanding citizens in every way, and like Mrs. Allison, they demonstrate it on a daily basis. Here to announce both recipients of this award is Joanne Allison Still.
Kiana Hernandez. Athena
Our other valedictorian for the class of 2015 is truly an outstanding young woman. She has been extremely involved in community service, completing over 50 hours. She has also been involved with drama and the Relay for Cancer Committee. I met her as a young 5th grader who hardly ever set a book down. I was just as impressed by her then as I am now. This young woman received straight A's all through junior high, including numerous A+. It is my honor to present to you the co-valedictorian of the class of 2015, Emery Dovtan.
Welcome parents, faculty, and honored guests, and congratulations to the graduating class of 2015. Today is one of the most meaningful days of our lives. We will not be leaving with just a diploma, but with many wonderful memories. Personally, I will never forget August 19th, 2014. It was the first day of school, and since I transferred from the Anaheim Hills campus, I was extremely nervous. I remember telling my mother at the end of the day that I hit the jackpot. It didn't take long for me to realize what a wonderful group of students you all are. Never once was I treated like the new kid. All of you welcomed me with open arms and made me feel comfortable from day one. I will forever cherish your kindness, warmth, and acceptance. Referring back to winning the jackpot, what were the odds of meeting 30 incredibly nice human beings all at the same time? Obviously, the odds were not very high. I am truly honored to be part of this class and to be graduating with all of you. Thank you for teaching me the importance of laughter and for making my days so much brighter. I will forever be grateful. I would also like to thank my family for supporting me. Thank you to my father for inspiring me to never give up. Thank you to my mother for driving me from Riverside to Orange County for the last 6 years. Mom, in case you didn't know, you've driven approximately 200,000 miles through our country, which almost equals the distance from the Earth to the moon. And thank you to my little sister for always being my cheerleader and making me smile. To my former teachers from Anaheim Hills who are in the audience, Mrs. Bloomingdale, Mrs. Harmon, and Mrs. Arias, thank you for being here. You're all so much more than teachers to me. Throughout the years, you have become my friends and mentors. When I was lost, you helped me find my way, and when I stopped believing in myself, you continued to believe in me. Not only did you guide me academically, but you also made me a well-rounded person and taught me about life. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. My speech would not be complete without mentioning Mr. Drake. You are one of the main reasons why I'm standing here in Allison Hall. I have known you since I was 8 years old. I will never forget your high fives, your secret handshakes, and your very positive demeanor, all of which made me eager to attend school. Thank you for your guidance and encouragement throughout the last 6 years. You truly made my experience at Fairmont worthwhile. I will never forget you. For my 8th grade year, I also had the opportunity to become acquainted with 6 new teachers. To Mrs. Wong and Mr. Vane, thank you for teaching me about the evils of plagiarism. To Mr. Masuda, all I can say is 3.14159265358. And Nadia Akbari can tell you the next 100 digits in case anyone was interested. To Mr. Hughes, thank you for teaching me how to win an argument with my parents. It's been quite helpful. Mr. Miko, may the mass times acceleration always be with you. And last but not least, to Señora Veran, gracias por ser la mejor maestra en español en todo el mundo. This graduation is one step on the journey of life. It's a time to reflect where we've been, who we've become, and where we are going. Throughout the years, we have been given a strong academic foundation. We've strived to become excellent students and wonderful people. In a few months, we will be freshmen in high school. There we will face new challenges, make new friends, and continue our journey. Along the way, take the time to reflect on each memory. Time may pass, things may change, but it's the memories that last forever. From the inspiration of Walt Disney, always remember to reach for the sky, because you won't know until you try. A dream is a wish your heart makes, one goal is all it takes. You're never too old to wish upon a star, I promise you will go very far. It's important to not fly, but soar, because you're the one who can fill the world with so much more. Congratulations, class of 2015.
Before I get to the presentation of diplomas, that's just impressive. So can we give them all a big round of applause? And now for the presentation of diplomas. Varen Abiyankar. Nadia Akbari. Garrett Arnold. Hala Bibiji. Brandon Chun. Emery Davtian. Ryan Harabi. Kiana Hernandez. Alex Ida. Maha Isak. Huda Khan. James Coe. Lisa Kulik. Lawrence Lynn. Connor Lee Lowry. Ethan Orion Martin. Cora Ostikin. Athena Pham. Candy Prompusert. Amrit Punya. Zach Rakakis. Karishma Ragaram. Allison Minori Rosenblum. Shivan Sachdeva. Aisha Sada. Emmett Torlich. Marissa Walker. Liliana Walmsley. Xerxes Zangane.
Eighth graders, I am proud to announce that you have met all of the requirements established by David R. Jackson and Fairmont Private Schools. It is my great honor to officially promote you to the 9th grade. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the class of 2015.